Good morning, Moto fam. So, one more thing, a touch different. Figure I would take a page out of Mr. Jim's book. Take a little cruise through town real quick. I gotta hop over somewhere, so I thought I might talk about my riding style when I'm in the city or when I'm in traffic. Just, I guess, a couple things. I want to try to do it without rambling too much, but basically, like I said, just my style, my opinions, nothing matter of fact or nothing that's really proven to be better than anything else. Just the way I see it and how I feel comfortable. But yeah, I wouldn't mind hearing y'all's opinion on either opposite of what I'm doing or experiences that you've had where you were doing something and it went this way or it went that way. But yeah, anyways, basically most towns, cities, whatever, they're gonna have this kind of 5-lane where you got 4 directionals and a center lane. In this case, I personally prefer to ride the center lane. Even on 2-lane highways, obviously I ride the center lane. But here you're kind of having to choose who's going to see you. Is the people going the opposite direction going to see you? Or are the people that you're riding with, the other traffic in your lane, going to see you? So basically I try to follow far enough behind whoever's in front of me that the people in the other lane can at least see me at the last second, but probably a second before that, unless they're really doing something crazy. But if they're just in the turning lane and they're waiting for a gap to shoot, so like for example, right now I'm a bit behind this truck, but not so much that people want to try to cut me off because I'm way behind. But the car behind me is pretty far back. So somebody who's trying to cross this side from that center lane could see this truck coming, see that car behind me and say, all right, that's big enough of a gap that I can shoot it, because at first they probably don't see me, but hopefully once we get closer, before they go to make their decision final, they're like, oh shit, no, there's a motorcycle there, better wait. So that's the risk that you're playing by riding the center line, is somebody trying to shoot through. Now for me, on my motorcycles and my size, right now I can see through this truck in front of me. I can see through his windshield. So like this van right here, I can see them wanting to get out before we get to them. So you're trying to judge, like, are they steady creeping forward, that kind of thing. But like I said, you just have to be there. Now also on top of that, once you're in this center lane, even if they don't see you and they do try to shoot that gap, I'm over here to where hopefully they hit the gas for a second and then they're like, oh shit, there's a motorcycle, and slam on their brakes, and then I'm only 6-7 feet long, so it'll take me but a second to be out of the way. So just that little hesitation once they see me, even at the last second, should clear me. Like I said, unless they're just doing something truly crazy where they're already got momentum and they're flying through, or they're trying to do a drag race launch and shoot the gap, something crazy. But anyways, that's my thinking on it. Secondly, on top of that, if I'm riding in this lane, I've got both the person in front of me with my lights shining in their passenger side mirror and the person next to me, or next to that person in front of me in the other lane, but still in front of me, my lights shining in their driver's side mirror. So if they're up here thinking like, oh shoot, I told the kids I would get them chicken McNuggets, I better get over so that I can pull in the McDonald's drive-thru behind this truck. Well, don't, because I'm right here, and you should know that because I'm shining my light in your mirror as best as I can. And then you obviously, you just in general, car or motorcycle, you want to try to stay out of people's blind spots. So don't ride directly next to somebody, even if you think your motorcycle is loud. Don't ride directly next to somebody so that they can make a decision to cut over, but you're in the way. So those are my main two reasons for riding in this center line. The other reason is just, those are my safety reasons, I guess you'd say. My other reason is for convenience, because I can change lanes like that, where I only move a couple of feet. You know, I'm in a whole new lane now, but I'm only, a few feet over from where I just was. So, and that's all it takes. It's not horseshoes or hand grenades out here. If you miss, if somebody doesn't hit you, then they don't hit you. Your day is gonna keep on going. So that's all you need, is that little bit of a gap. Technically, when it comes down to the heat of the moment, you just have to be not making contact with another vehicle. So that's why I stay here, because like, as you can see, if I wanted to, if it was some emergency situation where I wasn't paying attention or somebody behind me wasn't paying attention, I'm just far enough to the side of this black car in front of me that even if I did hit him, it's going to be barely. I'm not going to get crushed and sandwiched in between. So we're going to swing in here and maybe get a little bit of fuel. I'm not going very far, but I am kind of putting myself in some not ideal situations, so I don't want to add to it by running out of fuel. I really hate to stop just for a splash, but I guess what I hate more than stopping for a splash is stopping for being out of fuel. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'm gonna get a splash, because like I said, I'm being those non-ideal situations. I don't want my bike to be like max weight, even though I don't really think these few pounds are gonna save me. But I'm also gonna be passing a gas station on my way home, so that's gonna be the plan. We'll get a splash. Also, the last time I rode this, we also were not in the most ideal situations, so my fuel mileage may not be 100% accurate. Motherfucker. Okay, never mind, I forgot my wallet. And I don't think they got PayPal. I don't think they take PayPal, Samsung or PayPal. It says they honor PayPal. Wonder how that works. Alright, I'll maybe see how that works. Anyways, I'll catch y'all once we get back on the road. Alright, so we're pulling out of the gas station. We said F it, because the thing said that they take PayPal, but I was like, man, if I get off my bike and take off my helmet and pull out my phone and pull out my PayPal, and then it's some BS like, oh, well, you gotta get a manager, and I was like, screw it. I don't have very far to go. Like I said, I'm only worried that my fuel isn't like it's supposed to be and that kind of thing, but I guess we'll find out. I also don't have that far technically to walk either if I get into trouble, so. Anyways, so I was at changing lanes. Also, okay, so it was the changing lanes thing, and it was the following. Yeah, it's mostly, just emergency situations. I feel that if I'm riding this center lane, I can squeeze down the middle, or in my opinion, the most people can see me. The most people that matter can see me. So So that's why I ride in the center lane like that. And then I just try to have like a presence about me. I see, when I'm in my truck or whatever, I see a lot of motorcycles that are just, they're participating in traffic. They're in there, but they're not doing anything. They're not, you know, besides the fact that if you literally lay eyes on them or you hear them, you don't know they're there. You know, I try to have a presence. I try to be in people's face. You know, like I said, I'm shining my light in their mirror. I'm right in their visibility zone. I'm making eye contact with people. You know, I don't look like I'm gonna move out of the way, you know. Like I said, I try to have a presence about me. And it's hard to explain, but I see people do it without a presence, and I'm like, man, that guy, he looks like fresh meat, you know? He looks like an easy kill. You just don't want to be that fresh meat, that easy kill, that easy target. Because, and it's not that people want to target you, but they don't see you. They really don't see you. I don't care how offended you want to be or how hurt you want to have your feelings. They don't see you, plain and simple. So, be seen, make yourself seen, make yourself known. You know what I mean? It's like, you can walk in, you know, say you have a job interview, or you're at school, you know, like you're in, you know, taking some night classes at a college or whatever. Do you walk in the classroom just kind of sneaky and quiet and sit in the back and don't do anything, you know? Or do you walk in there with your head up and your chest poked out, and, you know, not that you're trying to be a bully or do anything, but, you know, hey, I'm here. You know, everybody, oh, I see that guy came in, like, that guy is here today, you know what I mean? So, and, you know, obviously that's probably a bad comparison, but I'm just saying, make yourself known, you know, and not to the point where you're obnoxious and you're loud and you're, you know, acting a fool, but there's a little subtle way to do it where you can just, you know, have that presence about you. But yeah, let's see. And on a 2-lane road like this, I'm riding the center line. If I'm the first person in line like this, I don't have anybody in front of me, I really don't mind riding over next to the grass, just because I know that, like, coming up over this hill, for example, I can't see anything. I know this road is very low on traffic. Somebody could be really acting a fool if they wanted to, you know, flying up over this hill, you know, going really fast, losing control, you know, and then the second they get in front of you, they get a blowout and crash into you. So, you know, yeah, this gives you that little bit more of a buffer zone to where they may not hit you. So yeah, if it's a 2-lane quiet little road like this, still my initial instinct is to ride that center line, but I'm totally fine with riding this outside. I'll do it, especially say I'm right here and I see like a big semi truck or, you know, something that looks ugly coming my way. I'm gonna get over, because even if nothing happens, there's probably dirt flying off of it, or rocks flying off of it, you know, pieces falling off of it, who knows. So I'm just gonna get over just to give myself that little bit of buffer zone. And then honestly, an actual fear of mine or concern is that somebody, you know, has intentions of being a jerk that day, and, you know, they want to throw their soda out the window at you or whatever the case may be. And, you know, if you're this much farther away, then it's that much harder for them to hit you. So on these 2-lane roads, I kind of like riding over here. It depends, like I said, am I by myself? Is there other traffic, etc.? If there's other traffic, if I'm following somebody, then I'm probably going to be on that center line. Still depending, really, it's really depending on these 2-lane roads. I'm totally fine with either way, and I'm not saying I'm fine with you doing it. I'm just saying I'm fine with me doing it, and I feel comfortable doing it both ways. So, anyways, that's my quick little take on riding through town. I'm 100% positive that but there it is. If I think of a few more things, I'll squeeze them in on my way home, but otherwise, that's about it. That's the main stuff anyways. There's obviously tons of other things, but mostly make sure you're known. Make sure that the people that are most important to see you, make sure they can see you. And make sure that you have a plan of action. You know, make sure that where you're riding is for a reason. You're riding on that center line or on that median or on the shoulder because if X, Y, and Z goes down, your plan is A, B, or C. So that's my main deal. I'm doing that because I'm intending on something to go wrong and I have a plan for it. So it's probably not going to work, but at least I can try and give it that little bit of a better chance. But anyways, like I said, y'all take it easy. That's my take. Let me know what you think about it. Give me your opinion, especially if you have, you know, a personal experience where something happened to you. But the road doesn't have any lines anymore, so I guess this conversation's over. Y'all have a good one. Later.